All right, hello everyone. I wanted to give you a quick update on my journey with tinnitus. I know that I've recorded the latest video like about, what was it, 5 days ago? So it might be too soon for you to start hearing about any updates or any improvements in my situation. But I figured it's quite important for you guys to know, where I am and to kind of share a little bit of light and hope. I think it's important that you hear a different side of the story when it comes to tinnitus and this particular symptoms. On my last video, I mentioned that I was trying a new therapy that I found online. I did not provide all the information about this therapy, but I will share the details down below in the comments of this video in the description, so you can find it and you can check it online and just see if it's something that you think it's going to be a good fit for you or not. But I wanted to talk to you about some of the few things that I've been doing regarding this particular therapy. And in my latest video, I talked about meditations. I didn't really talk about the details of this meditation, so how it worked and all these type of things. So I just wanted to talk about those details right now. Um, so overall, the whole thing and the intention of this therapy is to work on your neuroplasticity that I have talked about before, which is basically the ability of the brain to be rewired in such a way that starts thinking about positive things and focusing on those things rather than staying on that cycle of negative thoughts, right? It's been scientifically proven that there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time with their tinnitus and they can spend their months, years, you name it, And the reason behind that is because most of the times, or oftentimes, people kind of stay on this cycle of negative thoughts around it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of information out there in Google or YouTube, whatever you are searching information about tinnitus, that's very negative information. And so that fits the process on the brain with negative thoughts, and it kind of keeps you cycled in something that's not really going to help you out. So before I start talking about this, then again, I do encourage you to focus on positive things. There's a lot of things out there that talk about positive things and actual options for you to heal and get rid of the symptoms, okay? So anyways, back to my initial statement about neuroplasticity. It's such a complex way to heal, but at the same time, it's something that anyone can do. Anyone can do. You really do not need to have a lot of knowledge when it comes to psychology or to medicine or anything else. You have to be able to know yourself, okay? So I've been doing a lot of mindfulness meditations, and mindfulness meditations are those type of meditations that are more focused on a particular feeling and parts of your body. And I think I mentioned in my latest video that if you want to rewire your brain and reprogram your brain, you got to help it out with also involving your body in the process, because your brain alone cannot handle all this information on all this process. So you can look up online. There are plenty of information and meditations about mindfulness. Just make sure you find a 20-minute meditation. I've been doing this for at least, I think, about 2 weeks and a half, perhaps even 3 weeks now. And I've been trying to do this at least once in the morning and once in the night. I usually do it more often because of my anxiety levels, but you give it a try and do it at your own pace. And bottom line, just meditations is they're really focused towards a particular feeling. Like if I want my brain to remember how it feels to be joyful, how it feels to be happy, how it feels to be at peace, then I would look for those type of meditations. And usually there's a lot of videos that have guided meditations, so you don't even have to figure it out yourself. There's someone that will tell you how to do it, what to focus on, what to think about, what parts of your body have to be involved on it, okay? So that's part number one. Part number one, which is really important because to me, it has helped out to manage my anxiety tremendously. And I mean tremendously. When I first started with this, I was a mess. I was a mess, and I was feeling very bad every day because my anxiety levels were so high that I was just, doing everything automatically without even thinking about what I was really doing. And for those out there who are feeling the way that I felt, I know you're really gonna understand what I'm talking about. Um, Today I can say it's gotten better. Obviously, I do have anxiety still, but it has lessened down. And I've been able to manage the situation a little bit better, and especially in such a way that I have actually started not fearing it anymore. The fear was constant, it was always there, the anxiety was always there. Those negative thoughts of, this is never going to be over, I'm going to die, blah, blah, blah. Those type of thoughts have actually started, kind of going away a little. Of course, sometimes they come back, but then I go back to my meditations and to my positive reinforcement, and that helps a lot. That has helped out a lot. It has kept me in a way that I feel a little bit more stable. My nervous system, it's no longer like up here, it's kind of in the middle, okay? And so that's been really good. The other thing I've been doing, which is part of this program that I've been talking about, is I've been applying a technique which is a healing hands or a self-compassion technique. For some of you, it might sound really foolish, and I thought about that when I first read of it and when I heard about it and watched all the videos and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, this sounds kind of stupid, right? I actually felt kind of dumb when I started doing it the first couple of times, but then I was like, wow, it actually makes sense. And this is really about having self-compassion for your feelings. When you're in a situation like this, you often might feel disappointed, like there's really no hope. You might feel lost. You might feel a lot of bad feelings that are not going to help you out. And you usually judge yourself and blame yourself for feeling that way. Oh, I feel so bad, but I don't want to feel that bad because I know, internally that's not going to help me out. And so this technique really helps you out to be more aware of your feelings and be so supportive. Okay, so all you have to do is really just put one of your hands in your heart and the other one on your stomach, in your upper stomach, right, almost right below your chest. And you just have to really talk to yourself. When you're feeling bad, just have that compassion and acknowledge that you're feeling bad. I am feeling bad. I know I'm feeling bad. I'm having a bad day, but I do not judge those feelings. And, rather than judging those feelings, actually support how you're feeling. And I'm going to be here for you. So it's really about talking to yourself and making sure that you're giving that positive reinforcement and helping you out, because in the end, no one's going to fix you. And that's something that took me a while. No one's really going to fix you but yourself. You're the only one who's got the power to do that. And as you know, the medical community doesn't really understand this condition, and they're not as educated as many other specialists that are not really traditional medicine specialists. But having said that, I think it's something that really depends on you. It has a huge, I would say it's almost a 95% emotional factor. And 5% could be, yes, I mean, you might have a diagnosis about a particular disease. In my case, I think it's an inflammatory thing that had to do with COVID. But regardless of what your disease or diagnosis might be, I think it still makes sense for you to try this out, because it's really about reprogramming your brain and rewiring it in such a way that in the end, rather than focusing on this annoying loud noise, it's really going to start focusing on things that matter, like going out with friends, hanging out with your family, going to work, enjoying working out, meditating, all these type of things, all these type of fulfilling things in your life that right now might not make any sense at all anymore because you're feeling so frustrated and so overwhelmed that you're not paying attention and you're no longer enjoying them. You're just really doing them automatically. So it's really about finding that passion in life again, that energy. When you used to feel normal, I would say. It's really about that. And last but not least, I've been doing this new technique that I recently learned, which is called tapping. Okay, just tapping. You can look it online as tapping NFT. It's a very modern technique, right? I think at least, modern psychology would think about this technique as a very powerful technique for positive and negative thoughts reinforcement. What it really is in a nutshell is basically to turn a negative thought into a positive thought, or be more gentle with your thoughts, right? So you might feel anxious and you might say, oh my God, I'm feeling so anxious. This is so bad. And tapping helps you out with rephrasing that in such a way that your brain will take it a little bit more gently and will actually start noticing that, okay, I feel anxious, but it's not really that bad. I'm not gonna die, And so through tapping, you can actually do that. I'm not an expert, so I don't really want to teach you guys stuff that I'm really not an expert on, but you can really look it online as NFT, tapping NFT, and find all the details about how to do that. I will tell you guys something that will be kind of encouraging. Through these meditations and when I'm doing mindfulness meditations, I've actually managed to reduce my tinnitus to 0%. Yes, to 0% as I'm meditating, and it's been amazing. I mean, does it come back? Yes, it comes back. But I think it's part of the process. And eventually, I think it's going to fully decline because I am focused on retraining my brain in such a way that, again, it's no longer going to be an important thing. It's going to move on. It's going to fade away. And maybe it will continue to be there, but my brain is no longer going to focus on that. So this is what I want you to understand, okay? It's not an easy process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but I truly, truly believe this is the way for anyone out there that has tinnitus to heal. And if we're able to do that, and if we're able to follow the process, we will be able to prove the medical community out there that they're wrong and that they've been wrong for a long time. Okay, so it might be a good fit for you, it might not be a good fit for you. I cannot really decide for any of you guys. I'm just really sharing my experience here. I've already seen a lot of improvement in terms of my emotions, in terms of my the way that I've been feeling. Honestly, when I first started with this whole thing, I was suicidal. I was a mess. And right now, I am finding ways to better manage the situation. And I think it's going to be a matter of time. I can't say a month, 2 months. I don't really know because it's a process. And I think everyone's process is different. But I think eventually my tinnitus is going to decline. So, then again, I just wanted to share this update and kind of give you guys a little bit more of hope. I know some of you out there might have tried a lot of things, not sure that you've tried this before. So, and if you have tried this before, maybe you have missed out the important message of this therapy. It's not about focusing on your symptoms. It's about focusing on healing your emotions. And then again, I think it's because the underlying condition, it's a condition that has to do with your emotions, that has to do with your stress levels, that has to do with anxiety, with depression, with many other things that are, causing that symptom. That symptom is just really a signal that your body's telling you that something's wrong, that you got to change something. So it took me probably about 3 weeks to understand the whole notion of neuroplasticity and how it worked and the effects of it and all these type of things. But I do recommend you to take a look at it and take it as an option, because there's a lot of testimonies out there from people that have been part of this program and they have fully and beautifully healed. And I think I'm going to be one of those persons. I think I'm going to be one of them, one of those people. So I will leave the details in the comments on this website. The Name of the program is Rocksteady. You can purchase the program online, and it's a self-study program. Then again, please don't think this is a miracle. Don't think it's going to happen overnight. I know how we feel about this, and it's really a stressing condition, and it can be something that you want to get rid of one day to the other, but it's not going to happen that way. You have to be really patient, and you have to understand the dynamic behind this whole therapy. So again, just wanted to share where I was, and if this is something you feel that could work out for you, it's worth checking it out. I know that you guys have tried everything out, so why not one more thing, right? This could be the actual good solution. So just sharing this with you guys as usual. Just leave your comments, and please try to be positive about that, okay? No negative comments. I think we don't need any of that. We already have enough. And I'll be posting an update shortly. Hopefully I'll have better news for you the next time I'll talk. And so thank you again for watching. Bye for now.